Hey Vroomers, DylonND here, and I'm reviewing a mobile game. Wait, what? Yeah, that's right, a freaking phone game, and not just any Honkai Star Rail, baby. Honk honk, train's coming. It's not a space blimp, but it'll do. TLDR time. As a busy dad, I've realized how little time you get as a parent, so it goes. But some games are built around not having much time, which is why Space Train is good. Behind the fun, campy story is a solid turn-based strategy time waster. Getting Railed Star reminds me of playing XCOM. Don't ask me why, but it scratches a similar strategy itch. I know you're making a funny face, but hear me out. Honky Star Rail gets my Busy Dad Award 2024 and Busy Dad certification. It really shines in moments when you just need a break. Gameplay-wise, it's a linear RPG with turn-based team combat in which you need to build and bring the right team to the fight. And yes, it's nowhere near as deep as many other games in the genre, but for a casual Tarkov player like me, it's a near-perfect Gatcha game, and it really subverts your expectations the more you play. And the meme game is strong. You can also take it from your phone to your computer when you want some HD graphics. Story-wise, Space Baseball has a surprisingly fun, embellished story that you don't need to take seriously, like Hawk in Dragon Age 2, but without the narrative dissonance. Ooh, got you with the grad word. You fight trash cans for one, and are definitely the trash man. I go into the Bellabog and throw trash all over the room, and then I throw trash in their eyes. I'm a little Oliver Twist pit-pocketing goofy. Long story-wise, short, you're the main character energy in Space Train, and you get to go to many unique places. You've got Mass Erect Space Station, snowy steampunk cyber great expectations Townville, cool DeviantArt Future Asia, 50s wife beater Dreamland theme park with a talking clock that's off his TikTok. It's like the military, but actually fun and no rules, just right. All these places you travel as a trailblazer, which is something about being the chosen ice cube with a baseball bat. The world has a lot of cool, memorable characters that I can actually describe traits of, unlike any character in any Star Wars film. Natasha is a caring orphan doctor in the Bellabog, protective but secretly soft, who also has a grenade launcher. And there's a side quest where you help her get flowers for her parents. She's my waifu. And apparently I built her pretty good because a stranger gave me a sheesh. Gepard is the straight edge militia bro dude whose sister Serval is in a rock band and has maxed out her Sims tinkering skill. And his weapon is her guitar case. Kafka should probably do mommy ASMR. And is part of a terrorist organization with some emo guy and an incel gamer girl who's always plugged into cyberspace, just like Case. Unlike usual, I actually stopped to read the dialogue and the story, and it's actually good. MiHoYo must really have some solid writers who probably don't get paid enough, and they've crafted a fantastic universe. I haven't been so invested in one since Mass Effect and The Witcher and Disco Communist, and the worlds are thought out and cool. I like exploring them, and it's not too intense since it's not an open world, which garners another point to busy dads. It reminds me of KOTOR and Greedfall and how you walk around the map and do quests and find trash. Once you've done the story, there's plenty of other things to do in Robot Stepdad. Mostly, it involves fine-tuning your characters via light cones, traces, eidolons. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Basically, there's several elements to build a character, and it's a lot of fun / frustration to mix and match stuff to see what works. Every character has a different path they follow, which also tells you how they do damage and the role they have on your team. Every enemy has a weakness, and it's up to you to build some characters that exploit that weakness, and certain characters mesh and do damage, like Kafka and Black Swan. But you have to spend your child's college fund to get there. There's a whole side event where you become a bartender for some downtrodden imaginary doggo and friends, and the drink making minigame is really good, and there's a bunch more like it. One has you managing a museum, you nerd. Another has you making mochi cat jello mixes. I don't know, it sounds stupid, but it's a solid steam train, and it makes for a nice distraction from the main plot. Graphics. Depending on the sweatshop you got your phone from, graphics on the phone are usually fairly serviceable. You thought I was going to mention my spreadshop, didn't you? Well, guess what? I just did. The game really shines on the PC, and you can see all the detail that went into making each character, and I really like the art style, and it might have some of the best drink animations I've ever seen. Gotcha. Here's the only catch-22 with Space Train. It's a gotcha game. I mean, gotcha, because if you allow it, it's set up to make your wallet disappear. You won't notice it too much until the end game at level 80. It's quite a grind to get enough characters up there. Obviously, if you pay real coins, you can get everything faster, but I always recommend free to play, and maybe the occasional $5 pass so you don't end up hating yourself. Keep in mind, it's a part of the design of a gacha game to make you feel like you need to open your wallet for that immediate satisfaction of getting what you need now. But my advice is to use what you have and wait. Like when that new shiny waifu comes out and you want her to make you her boy. And you can literally do 80 pulls with your real hard-earned woolongs and get nothing. Remember, you don't need to spend any money at all. The whole game is completely free. Sound. The score is pretty good, and I like that you can change your parlor car jam on the fly, and I like the voiceover work. I think they hired some pretty solid voice actors for the roles. You'll probably mute the battles though, since they say the same things over and over. Speaking of that, combat. It's really good, and surprisingly deep. Not XCOM Long War deep, but way better than you think. When you first play, you'll control every decision of your turn, deciding on a regular attack or a skill point move, which you'll manage in the bottom corner. Then each character has an ultimate that do magical magic, based on the character's role. Gepard, as I mentioned earlier, makes a big ice shield, while Black Swan does damage over time with Yu-Gi-Oh cards and expired driver's licenses. Natasha showers her fellow orphans with gifts that heal the memory of a dad getting on his S&S built Space Harley and leaving for milk and Pall Mall Reds. Eventually, you'll mostly play in fast forward, in auto mode. This speeds everything up and lets your team do the work. Like listening to books on tape, 2x speed becomes normal and 1x speed is painfully slow. And the game pays attention to the details. The characters have a shorter attack voice line compared to when you turn it off.
I weep for the departed. Dusk's reign, it too shall fall. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
It's pretty neat. Anyway, that's why this game is Busy Dad certified. If I need to clean stuff up, I can just put my phone somewhere and let my character do the work. Hell, you can even grind while you're taking a dump on company time. Because trust me, you're gonna do a lot of grinding to get the relics and credits. I usually hate MMORPG style grinding, but for Star Rail, it's got enough character and constantly updating story that it saves itself from the mundane grind feeling that I get from MMOs. Star Rail's story, world, gameplay design, and really the whole package of the game make up for the gacha, which really surprises me, and I think you'll feel the same way. So overall, this game is a real good. It just needs a motor pickle waifu character, and voila, perfection. I could totally see it. Some girl who rides her Akira-style motorcycle over to the enemy and smacks them with a chain, Road Rash style. MiHoYo, please make it happen. I've got $5 with your name on it, thanks to my $5 Patreon subscriber, Joseph. Anywho, that's my review of Space Blimp Star Baseball. In other news, I raced a motorcycle and survived. It was a lot of fun. Thank you to my subscribers. I've got some more surprises coming your way. See you, Space Baseballer. Bang.